Landing squibbly shorts at globals. Don't.
He said like he doesn't care about doing well from this. This is just about getting revenge and also building up a bit of a reputation to do this, right? Like
Hello? 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 Wow, this thing sounds horrible. Yeah, I think it was just fine. I just think so. Actually. Yo. Alright. Let's see if I can put in
can't do well from doing this. But I think Clix has openly said like he doesn't care about doing. So there is a lot to break down here. First, this didn't really come out of the blue. Like we saw this coming, and Clix actually talked about this on stream. Higgs didn't do a good job of keeping this under wraps. Clix kind of wanted to keep this more of like a secret announcement and then drop it, where Higgs kind of kept teasing it to the point where if you've been paying attention, you saw this coming. I've already talked about it in my videos. It's what our guess was, but it looks like Clix and Higgs were expecting to get griefed by Peterbot and EWC, and that's when they were going to announce it. Now they haven't been griefed. It looks like they're thinking, hey, we're still going to announce it. So Clix has said they are not dropping Squibbly this week in the Div Cup. They are dropping there at Summit. Now, does he think this is some way to then go on to win Summit? No. Basically, Clix's head right now is, I'm either conned by Shark and Teeny at Wonky. They have decided they are not splitting it. We know they're not leaving, so I'm already going to get conned and probably do poorly. I can go squibbly, where I will maybe be conned and do poorly as well, but then at least I get some revenge on Peterbot, who has been griefing me for, you know, the last 12 months now. Or Clix has also said that he thinks Pete might leave. Now, I'm not sure whether Pete will or won't leave, but one thing I will admit, there is a higher chance that Pete leaves than Shark and Teeny. So if there is any chance of anyone leaving in this situation, it is Pete. But honestly, I do think Pete is going to stay and lock it down. But then Clix is just back in the same position. If he's already going to do poorly at LAN and he has to, you know, make someone else do poorly, it might as well be the guy who's been talking smack and griefing him for the last year, which honestly, kind of fair. I feel like even Pete fans can understand that. I do know a lot of people in, you know, Pete's side of things are saying, oh, but whenever Pete griefs Clix, it's because he has a chance to do well, or it's mental games to do well in the tournament. And while I do think that's true to an extent up until recently, I would say up until about 2 months ago, I would have agreed with you. When Pete goes after someone when they're in first place, he's in 4th or 5th, it's because he truly believes he can win the tournament. And that's why I used to not call it griefing, right? And there's times where Pete's literally done that, right? He griefed Edgy out of FNCS and took his drop spot and then went on to win the whole tournament by contesting Acorn in game 12, right? Like, Pete has done these things where it makes sense. And I feel like a lot of people are saying, oh, Clix hasn't like earned the right to do this, right? Like, he can't do well from doing this. But I think Clix has openly said, like, he doesn't care about doing well from this. This is just about getting revenge and also building up a bit of a reputation. Now, there is another strategic element to this that I think not enough people are talking about. A lot of people are saying, oh, this is so stupid from Clix, because now Pete's just going to grief him for the rest of the year. Now, EWC, people keep using, oh, but now he's griefed from EWC. Pete has already mentioned, like, I could literally pull up 10 clips of Pete saying he's going to grief Clix out of the Esports World Cup. So at this point, that hasn't really changed. I know what you're going to say, oh, Ozzy, but Pete didn't grief Clix this week in the EWC finals. Pete even said on Faxi's stream afterwards that he didn't need to, right? He was like, I was in first place. Clix had no way of qualifying. I didn't need to grief him. And I think it was also difficult because in game number 8, Pete didn't really know where Clix was landing, right? We didn't know whether Clix was going to land on Aegis. Was he going to land on Aoxy? Was he going to land on his own and then try and W key them? So it was kind of hard for Pete to even grief Clix if he wanted to, because he didn't really know where Clix was dropping. Maybe if Clix was in, like, let's say 4th place, about to qual land, he's going to go his own POI, maybe Pete would have thought about dropping on him. I don't know. I'm not Pete. I can't speak for him. But Pete has always said he's going to grief Clix in EWC regardless, so I don't think this really changed anything for the Esports World Cup. Plus, qualifying for the Esports World Cup right now on NA is going to be unbelievably difficult for any team regardless. Like, again, I will show you the list again of teams that aren't currently qualified for EWC. Aegis Ritual, Clix Higgs, Acorn Bolts, Curve Venom, who are coming back to NA, Reek Cooper, Harvey Minish, Rise Curly, Kingling Craze. Like, the list goes on, right? There is so many pros on NA fighting for those 2 spots. I think at this point, Clix doesn't really care that much about it. And then when it comes to FNCS, this is where it gets interesting. A lot of people are thinking, oh, Pete's just going to drop on Clix all year now. And a few pros have weighed in on this. We've had Rise and Aegis also weigh in on this and give their thoughts, and they're agreeing with what I'm about to say before you guys flame me for this. There is a world where Clix landing on Peterbot to try to get him to not place top 15 at Summit LAN actually helps him from being griefed in the future. Pete is going to be pissed. Obviously, Pete is going to take this personally. He is probably going to have even more of a vendetta against Clix. But if Pete was already going to grief Clix for the rest of the year, which, you know, he's been alluding to anyway, if he quals to globals at Summit by placing top 15, it means he
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Yeah. Gang. Gang. Yeah. Got my eyes on Jesus. Eyes on Jesus. Eyes on Jesus. Got my eyes on Jesus. Got my eyes on Jesus. Eyes on Jesus. Yeah. I'm in the kingdom. If you want me, you need me. Overflowing. Floodgates open. Long as God pouring, my cup gon' be running over, yeah. Full disclosure, wanna know where we going. Wanna know where we going, know we going up the under, come with me. Taste and see, don't nobody else compete. That my G, I'm a child of the king. Greater is he inside of me, waiting my leader. I don't even see y'all, boy, I got my eyes on Jesus. Eyes on Jesus, got my eyes on Jesus. Eyes on Jesus, got my eyes on Jesus. Eyes on Jesus, got my eyes on Jesus. Eyes on Jesus. Feeling like I'm chosen, yeah. Can't let them take my focus now. Gotta keep my eyes on Jesus just to keep my feet on the oceans, yeah. I'ma be on my way, I cannot stay where you want me, dawg. Every time I give him praise, see it don't change, breaking on me, yo. Gotta give him all this glory for the way you been working my story, yeah. Oh, ain't no capping, not my daddy, like I'm on Maury, yeah. Lion of Judah, roaring, I'm a soldier, ready for deployment. Got my eyes upon you, Lord, and ain't no way they coming off you. Ayy, big dog talking that big talk, come get some of this drip sauce. Yeah, I gotta keep my eyes on the only blood that can make a crip walk. Y'all still talking that stick talk, better watch out for them pitfalls. Boy, this ain't no game, things change when that name called. Yeah, eyes on him. Gotta keep my eyes on the one who died for me. I know he gon' ride for me anytime, homie. I know if I keep my eyes on Jesus, he gon' keep me in perfect peace, yeah. Eyes on him. Gotta keep my eyes on the one who died for me. I know he gon' ride for me anytime, homie. I know if I keep my eyes on Jesus, he gon' keep me in perfect peace, yeah. Overflowing, floodgates open. Long as God pouring, my cup gon' be running over, yeah. Full disclosure, wanna know where we going. Wanna know where we going, know we going up the under, come with me. Taste and see, don't nobody else compete. That my G, I'm a child of the king. Greater is he inside of me, waiting my leader. I don't even see y'all, boy, I got my eyes on Jesus. Eyes on Jesus, got my eyes on Jesus. Eyes on Jesus, got my eyes on Jesus. Eyes on Jesus, got my eyes on Jesus. Eyes on Jesus. Yeah, when I pull up in that coupe, yeah, got my gang, my troops, yeah, anything better break loose, yeah, and I gotta keep my eyes on the only one that show me truth, yeah, too busy looking at Jesus, I ain't got time to be looking at you, yeah. I'm just being honest, catch me with my gang, kicking flav like Wasabi, everybody in my gang knowing that he coming, we can never fade with the praise and the worship, because he worthy, he got his eyes on the sparrow, and my eyes on Jesus. Just because you can see don't mean you can see him. Only way to see him is through the lens of believing. I'm in the kingdom, if you want me, you need me. I got my eyes on Jesus. Eyes on Jesus, got my eyes on Jesus. Eyes on Jesus, got my eyes on Jesus. Eyes on Jesus. I'm in the kingdom, if you want me, you need me, yeah.